I would like my equipment, please. My equipment, please. Another bar full of whiskey. That's nice. Very large desk. Oh boy. That is the... What is that? That's not the Cyclops from the Odyssey, is it? Is it just a creepy painting? It might just be a creepy painting. Stolen gear. Hey, it's all my things. Not like I needed them, but I'm glad to have them back. And I'll wait to repair it. Might as well get good old Pushy out. Alright, with that cleared out, and with Mago dead, another bounty complete. We can head right through this door and hopefully not run into any other issues whatsoever. Seems to be the case, so let's return to Randall. Tense piano was playing, but it seems we're all set.
Hey there.
Hey Randall.
Did you find out who's behind the disappearances?
Yes, I almost disappeared.
Kidnapping cannibal, you say? Shit, that's a surprise. Most of the cannibals around here have been put out of business by the NCR. Anyway, here's your reward. Excellent work.
I thought you said they were putting up a lot of caps for that. I got captured and nearly eaten for 500 caps. Come on.
I've got a lucrative bounty if you're ready for work. How about it?
Sure. Earlier you described ghouls as zombies. You know that's offensive, right?
That's not offensive. Someone putting a 12 gauge up your ass and pulling the trigger, now that's offensive.
Can't argue.
I once saw a zombie do that to one of my friends, so it left a strong impression. Don't get me wrong, I've met some square ghouls like Doc Friday and... Well, let me think. I'm sure there are others. I'll get back to that. Anyway, the incident I'm referencing happened over 10 years ago. Me and my partner James were tracking a bounty in New Mexico. We were unfamiliar with the territory, and eventually some ghouls got the jump on us. I was wounded, James was green, so it went bad. They were a collection of ghoul fanatics from some reservation, and they took us captive after the firefight. Their leader was a ghoul named Phillips. Ray Phillips, that's it. I think he had relatives back east. Anyway, old Ray took special pride in making us smooth skins suffer. He said he would use the 5 pains method on us. He started with James, cutting off his nose, his hand, and then a foot. Ray was going to cut him in half, but James called him a zombie cunt. Ray didn't appreciate the label, so he responded by shoving his shotgun into James and pulling the trigger. Now, how I got away is an interesting story since, god damn it, look at the time, I've got to finish this typing, and you've gotten me distracted. Are you ready to work or not?
Yes, I'm ready for work. And interestingly enough, he mentions the reservation, which is, it must be a real place in Fallout lore that I just don't really know about. But we ran into some ghouls from the reservation way earlier on. But yeah.
Good. This next contract has some significant risks, but a hefty payday to match it. Your target is a gunslinger known simply as Jack. Our client hasn't given us much to work with, but it doesn't matter. Jack used to be the chief gunman for Het Gunderson and managed the muscle in Gunderson's operations. When I said he managed the muscle, I mean he pretty much was the muscle. Jack intimidated countless landowners into selling their property. Along the way, Jack managed to rack up a significant body count. Over the years, he became more and more ruthless. Recently, Jack shot up a farmer and his wife, so Mr. Gunderson quickly cut all ties with his pistolero. Now, Jack is just another gun for hire. Without Gunderson to protect him, though, Jack is fair game. He's made plenty of enemies, and they all want to see him dead. Last I heard, he had drifted into Good Springs, hoping to get work with the locals. Jack is as fast as they come, so be ready, kid. Good luck.
A bounty in Good Springs. Kind of a bit of an odd one. Yeah, this is a continuing theme you'll notice as we explore some more of the Some Guy quests, is that there always seems to be something, some sort of madman, some sort of evildoer that's just hanging around Goodsprings. That just happens. I can't fast travel because there's an enemy nearby. I highly doubt that was the enemy. Yes, it was. Well, back to Goodsprings we go. It appears Jack is waiting for you. You should approach with caution. Where is he? Oh, there he is. You know, I'm gonna be right around here.
Well, if it isn't the courier turned bounty hunter. I hear you're making quite a mark in the Mojave. I applaud you. Of course, I assume you're here for the bounty. Old man Gunderson's going soft, I'm afraid. He'd have nothing if it weren't for me and this pistol. And as for you, I think Randall and Associates are trash.
Oh.
In fact, every bounty hunter they've sent after me has been trash. And that pretty much makes you trash as well.
You know, I disagree, but I am hiding behind a cart currently. Let's be rude. F you, shit kicker.
Make your move, then.
I think that makes him much harder, by the way. Hello. I made my move.
Hello.
Hey, Easy Pete. Well, that was, interesting. Make your move, then. I don't think he expected the high-power pneumatic fist.
Did you kill Jack yet?
Yes, he was extremely easy.
I'm a little surprised to see you unscathed. Good work.
Yeah, he didn't really fight back.
I've got a contract on a crazy fiend. You ready for another job?
Yes.
Alright, here's the story. The Westside Militia has lost some personnel to a marauding fiend ringleader named Kurt Cahill. He and his crew have been ambushing patrols and periodically taking captives. Reports indicate his favorite torture is gnawing on the intestines of living captives. Needless to say, he's a sick fuck. Bag this asshole and head back, okay? Good luck.
Alright. We pick up the next bounty. And I think we'll leave it there with Randall for just this moment. Whereabouts is he? He's right outside of the Sunset Sarsaparilla headquarters. That's actually not too tough to get to. But instead, I think we're going to take a quick trip back to Novak, have a nap, and then let's help Veronica a little bit. Here we are in Hidden Valley, and it would be worthwhile to keep an eye out because, well, some of the things here, they're normally bark scorpions. Who knows what they're going to be today. So hopefully we won't have any trouble. No trouble. Looks like nothing wants to mess with us. Good. Into the bunker we go. And head down the stairs. Veronica, of course, leads the way. Once we get to the right point in the room.
Hold on, I've got this.
You're dressed like the Enclave. You may want to be careful.
I'd like a large atomic shake and a double Brahmin burger. And easy on the agave sauce this time.
We gave you a password, Veronica. It's for your safety.
I know where you live, Ramos. Open up.
For Pete's sake. Opening up. Welcome back, Veronica.
Wow, Mr. House is looking for you, huh? What do you think he wants? Bowling partner?
I couldn't remember if she had anything to say now that we enter or not. And there should be... Nope, no one's charging out to set up a defensive line against us. That's good. Excuse me, Eddie. There we go. And Ramos.
Listen up. I'm in charge of security around here, and I can't say I'm too happy about having an outsider waltzing around. But since you came in with Veronica, I'm inclined to cut you a little slack. Just behave yourself, and we won't have any problems, okay? Oh, and the Elder's going to want to talk to you. He's on the 2nd level. Just take a right once you get down there. My office is right here in case you need anything. Just ask for Ramos.
Well, thank you, Ramos. And we start still in the dark. No, there's a whole bunch of Brotherhood people around here.
Behave yourself, kiddo.
He is looking sharp. That is a very nice suit that he's got there. And Boone is just trying to keep quiet. Yeah, the NCR and Boone, the NCR and the Brotherhood don't exactly have the most positive history. They don't have a great relationship. But Boone's got somewhere to be. Yeah. The Brotherhood bunker. Yeah, no, this makes sense. All the people who are supposed to normally be very intimidating looking dangerous fellows are a bunch of punks in dress shirts. We're looking for the Elder. This is not the Elder.
Hello, outsider.
We have a duty to...
Download complete.
Yes!
Begin recording. Navarro Outpost Scientist, I am glad that EDE has reached you. You will find several data banks of information on this machine.
Log playback. Continue.
Please handle this information with the utmost care, as it represents the sum total of the results of my research on the Duraframe iBots. There are also several data banks with information on my research into Poseidon Energy, and some projects they were working on in the Mojave area.
Preserve the past.
Morning.
We got 3 initiates here. Oh, initiate Stanton.
Sorry, but I'm a little busy. The principles of fusion are relatively simple.
Yeah, so we got Eddie's 2nd log, which is great. That is great news. That means pretty soon someone will be contacting us about getting the information off of Eddie. And as for that, I think we are actually going to go the Brotherhood route, if you were curious about that. Because while the followers are probably better for the Wasteland as a whole, the problem with the followers upgrade is that...
Yes, yes.
Hello, outsider.
Veronica's just making fun of everyone she sees.
Look, this isn't a great time. Oh, what the hell? It's not like we're making any progress. I'm Ibsen, and I hope your day is going better than mine is.
These, of course, are Veronica's family. So, it's fair. Well, found family, let's say. Something wrong?
Yeah, I'm in charge of keeping this data system up and running, but accessing it is a little, touch and go at the moment.
Why is that?
One of our exploratory patrols, back when we had exploratory patrols, found a data disk in some ruins out in the waste. Well, we finally got around to cataloging the damn thing and got shut out of our own data store the second it loaded. Turns out it had a virus on it.
Why aren't there any patrols anymore?
Oh, there are patrols, just not exploratory ones. We've been in a state of lockdown for, well, let's just say it's been a while. The only time anyone gets to go topside is guard duty, or to gather provisions. Other than that, it's steel walls and fluorescent lights for us.
And that's horrible.
Nah, it's not so bad. The world outside isn't exactly a paradise, you know? Still, you can only breathe recirculated air for so long. We've got more than a few people in here who are going a little stir-crazy.
About the virus.
Yes, did you have an idea that might help us?
It just so happens I do, because I am the smartest person in the universe.
What? No, that's brilliant. It would let us seal a portion of the virus to a particular terminal, even when the other parts move.
What do I need to do?
You'll need to locate it on 3 different terminals in this area in 1 minute. Any longer and it'll jump, and you'll have to start all over. Locating the virus would probably be nearly impossible, but the pompous little bastard that wrote it made things a little easier for us. Normally, terminals infected by the virus just display gibberish, but we found that terminals the virus moved to had some real data passed to them. We were able to decrypt the data and discovered that it was just messages from the virus's writer taunting his victims. When you find terminals with those messages, lock them down and move on. Find 3 of them before the virus jumps, and we'll wipe the damn thing.
And I'll give it a try then.
Best of luck to you. I'll tell the others to take a break so they don't get in your way. Oh, and I'll keep track of when it jumps for you. To maximize your chances, wait for my signal before you begin.
And I'm going to use the Groovatron real quick to get my companions out of the way. Guys. Okay, Ibsen. Let me know.
The virus just jumped. Find which terminals it went to.
And access data store. Reload. Back. Okay. This is gibberish. Access data store. Reload. That's the same as the last one. Next one. Access data store. Reload. That's the same as the last one. Feels like bad luck so far. Access data store. Reload. That's the same. Access the data store. Reload. Nothing. I don't think I've ever... What? Like I have 10 seconds left, or it's been 10 seconds. Haha, suckers. Partition. No way I've spent a minute already. And reload. Alright, I locked it on 1. Access. Partition. Next one. Access. Reload. Nothing. That should be the last one unless there's any in the middle. Access. Reload. Okay, this terminal's in the middle.
I thought we might have had it that...
Reload. I thought that was pretty fast. Reload.
Morning.
That did not feel like a minute. Access. Reload. Nope. I'm going wild and randomly. Reload. Go back. Check partition. So I may have to talk to him again to reset it. Yes, I do.
Did you want to try isolating the virus?
Yes.
Alright, I'll monitor when it jumps. When I give the signal, start checking terminals.
Okay. Obviously I could use the Groovatron and cheat on this, but I'm not gonna.
The virus just jumped.
Reload.
Find which terminals it went to.
I bet some, like, turbo would probably help in this. Might as well do the outside ones first. And get moving right away. Clock is ticking. Partitioned.
We got it.
Oh! Really?
Virus has been purged. You actually did it. If you don't mind my saying so, I didn't think you had a chance in hell of pulling it off. But I'm glad to be wrong for once. Thank you, my friend. Please feel free to access the data store at your leisure. I'm only allowed to give you access to non-classified topics, but it's better than nothing, right?
What kind of information is in it?
Oh, all kinds of things. There was already information regarding the layout and systems of this bunker, but we've since added our own data as well. Prior to the lockdown, we had extensively scouted the surrounding area and compiled dossiers on nearby points of interest.
And how do I get access to more topics?
Well, you'd have to get a senior-level member of the chapter to unlock a topic for you. I've given you access to what I can, but that's not much. The majority of topics fall under Ramos's aegis, since they'd constitute a security risk. Good luck getting anything out of him. You might have better luck with another member of the senior staff. Try talking to them about it.
Good to know. See you later.
Bye.
And do we get anything for that? Or is it just... It's just a thing we can do for whatever's in the terminals. Access data store, bunker information. We can find a bunch of stuff, a bunch of little lore things. Nothing we need desperately right now, though. Still, cool. I don't think I've ever succeeded in that, so I'll take it. Alright. Now You seem to have the worst guards I've ever seen, Elder. And let Veronica lead the way. Boone, get out of the way.
Hello, Veronica. How goes your mission?
We'll know in a second. I wanted to talk to you.
Veronica, tell me this isn't about...
Yes, goddammit, it is. But you're gonna hear me out this time.
We've been through this.
The things I've seen now, other groups succeeding where we fail, it's not too late for us.
We've outlasted the end of the world. We'll outlast these upstarts.
Waiting in a hole for everyone else to die.
If we must.
This is a dead end for us.
I see no evidence of that. Nor do I see anyone out there with a solution to our problems.
How could you? You're too scared to look. Let's go. We're wasting our time.
Yeah, but I want to talk to the Elder too. I got other real important information for him. Puts on sexy clothing and sexy hat. Hello, Elder.
When Paladin Ramos informed me that Veronica was approaching with an outsider in tow, at first I didn't know what to think. After giving the matter some thought, however, I've decided that an outsider could be of use to me right now. However, I will not force you to help us. Should you refuse, you will be allowed to leave here, though you'd remain Veronica's responsibility. What do you say, outsider? Are you willing to help us?
I'll help.
Then allow me to explain our situation. This bunker is currently locked down, allowing no entry or exit, with you being one of the few exceptions. In exceptional cases, teams are sent out to investigate sites or retrieve materials deemed too important to ignore. 3 such teams have gone missing recently, and the news of their disappearance has not yet been widely spread to avoid undue concern. In order to maintain the peace and adhere to the strictures of the lockdown, I need to send someone else to discover what happened to them.
I'll begin looking immediately.
I'm glad I can count on you. Oh, and one other thing. The patrols each had a holotape detailing their missions that you can use to track them. The shielding of the bunker prevents us from actively tracking them, but their positions should show up on your map once you get to the surface. Should our worst fears become realized, please bring back all 3 of the holotapes from the patrols. Otherwise, bring our brothers home. I've given the order that you be given access to some of the equipment our scouts and patrols have scavenged over the years. You won't be allowed to purchase any prohibited equipment, but hopefully some of what's available will prove useful to you.
Thanks. And we can go ahead and head right out.
I'd slap him around, but he stood at my parents' wedding. Plus, he used to make excuses to get me out of my punishment when I'd slept through head scribe Taggart's lectures. Figure I owe him for that. He means well.
And what now?
I'm not giving up. He wants evidence, but he'll never go looking for it. He's scared I'm right. He'll never listen unless I hold the proof right in front of his face.
You think the Elder will listen at all?
He's a stubborn old man, but when it comes down to it, he's got our best interests at heart. If he sees some indisputable sign we're on the wrong course, he won't ignore it.
So what is it that you're trying to accomplish?
That's my question to the Elder. All these years, the Brotherhood has collected weapons technology. And for what? To keep it out of people's hands? That clearly hasn't worked. To defend ourselves? We can't compete with the NCR's numbers, or the Legions. We're fighting a war for a lost cause. If we're gonna survive, we have to find a role in society, attract new members.
And how would you propose to do that?
Look at the followers of the Apocalypse. They use their expertise to improve people's lives. They train them to be self-sufficient. That expertise cultivates respect and gratitude, spreads their ideals, draws talent to their cause. They make friends like we make enemies. But they don't know a fraction of what we know. If we took on their role, we could stand up to anyone. We wouldn't have to hide.
And what could we bring to him that would change his mind?
I don't know. We need something that shows the Brotherhood will fail, or that it can do better a different way. The only thing that gets its attention is technology. Maybe Father Elijah had the right idea.
Father Elijah?
Our elder before McNamara. He had a nose for recovering lost technology. He'd send scribes out into the desert, chasing whatever leads he found. There were a few he only trusted me with. I can think of at least one that'd prove my point, if it still exists. There's a comm terminal not too far from here I'd use to access messages from him. If we go there, I can pull up his research on it.
Let's head out then.
I'm with you. Being around here isn't the same anymore.
Alright, and we'll head out here, and I'm sure no one will try and interrupt us at all.
So, you're the outsider that's been given leave to wander around freely. Desperate times call for desperate measures, I guess. Name's Hardin. I'm the head paladin of this chapter, and I think we might be able to help each other out. I don't know what the Elder talked to you about, but I can tell you this chapter is in trouble. And he's at the center of it. Are you willing to listen to what I have to say?
Why should I trust you?
Why should you trust the Elder? I'd recommend listening to both of us, and choosing whom to trust for yourself. So are you willing to listen?
Sure.
As you may have already heard, this entire base is under a state of lockdown. No one goes out except small patrols at night. Most of the chapter has been sealed in here for years, and those few who were outside when the lockdown was initiated are forbidden from returning. Morale has plummeted as time has gone by, and many of our current paladins haven't seen combat outside of training simulations, and all because of the Elder's explicit order that no one be allowed in or out. The only way things will change is if a new Elder is installed.
What about Veronica? She seems to come and go as she pleases.
Veronica's a special case. She handles the procurement of supplies. If we didn't let her and those like her back in, we'd all starve. If the Elder could manage it, he'd shut them out as well, and all in the name of security, which is why we need to replace him.
And I suppose you'd nominate yourself.
I would. I'm the senior-most paladin in the chapter, and have more combat experience than any two others here put together. I'd gladly support another candidate, but no one has the courage to step forward and make the attempt, so it falls to me. I would put this chapter back on the right path, if I could just assume leadership.
Veronica. Veronica would make for a better leader than you. Anyway, have you tried bringing this up with the Elder yourself?
Of course I have, many times in fact. The Elder has an open-door policy and will listen to advice on any subject save this one. He refuses to see that our isolation is slowly weakening us. Aside from being our duty, going out on missions is what kept us strong. And because he fails to see that, he must be replaced.
And how do you propose to do that?
I don't know. I've gone through our records dozens of times looking for a precedent regarding the dismissal of an Elder and come up with nothing. The people who are most likely to know how it could be done are also some of McNamara's strongest supporters, so they refuse to help me. Which is why we're having this conversation. An outsider such as yourself would arouse less suspicion asking questions about such matters. The fact that the Elder has some tasks for you means his faithful won't suspect you, and you have a line open to the man himself. In short, you're in a perfect position to help me. Will you at least think about it?
What do I get out of helping you exactly? What's your take on, like, what do I get out of this exactly?
If I become Elder, the lockdown will be lifted, and we'll once again be able to send patrols out into the wastes. We'll become powerful again. And when that happens, it will be good to have the Brotherhood as an ally. Good enough?
I forgot that was what you offered. You offer full alliance. Interesting. I'll see what I can do.
That'll have to do. I'd recommend going to see Ramos first. As head of security, he's more familiar with our protocols than anyone else here. You could also try to find something relevant in our data store, though last I heard Scribe Ibsen is having a bit of a problem accessing it. And if McNamara should give you any tasks, I'd ask that you kept me abreast of them. Report anything you find to me, and we'll move from there.
Well, that's good to know. We have...
What is this? Veronica brings an outsider into our home, then has a private audience with the Elder? The two of you may have the Elder fooled, but we know better. Veronica has always twisted the Founder's principles to her own ends. We will not stand idly by and allow her to corrupt our Elder's thinking.
I hope you've been practicing your drills, Veronica. It's dangerous outside.
Sorry about that. Just because I love them doesn't mean some of them aren't assholes.
Yeah, so we got Harden offering us a different option. And we have these paladins that approached us, not being super happy about Veronica coming back. You'd think, because I'm pretty sure those paladins want the lockdown to stay that way. You'd think that Harden would give me a hand, tell them to get out of my face, but nevertheless, that is probably enough for now. We have done a few more bounties. We've gotten our unarmed up to 80. We're looking pretty good as we're approaching, level 20 plus, where we're kind of running out of next level ups, which is gonna make things very interesting because I have no idea what our stats are gonna look like at the end of the day. Like, this is kind of scary looking. Sneak might reach 80. Speech, I'm praying will reach 80. Survival will probably hit 80. Melee weapons will probably hit 80. That's probably it. So, some other more useful skills are probably not going to get as high as I'd like, but we'll have to just wait and see what we can do. Next time, I think it's probably a good idea to do a little more to upset the Legion, maybe a little bit to upset the NCR, before we head on our way to maybe do a little bit of stuff for the Brotherhood and Veronica. Of course, with our speech being the levels that it is, we're kind of at a standstill with Veronica's quests, because those paladins, they're not going to be happy. They are going to be a bit of a problem. They are very tough to talk down, and I do not have the stats for it right now. And we got to decide if we want to do, if we want to have Harden take over, or if we want to have McNamara stay in charge. So we got a lot of choices. We got a lot of things to think about. But that's all for next time, guys. So thank you all so much for watching. Remember to be nice to other people and to be awesome out there, and I'll see you in the next one.